What's going on, guys? This is Rusty Duhon here with Queens University of Charlotte, right here in the heart of Charlotte, North Carolina at our field. I'm here with Figure It Out Baseball, and you're about to see the quarterback drill. We're going to walk through kind of the quarterback drill. This is going to help us in a lot. This is going to help us really get behind the ball, but we're going to walk through how to do it first, okay? So first things first, you're going to have a coach stand right over here, and then the player's going to stand here. Now the player's going to take his prep steps, whether he walks into it or hops, whatever he does. So he's going to get in a ready position, and then he's first going to go over his right shoulder. So he's going to go back. The coach is going to throw him the first time through, more of a fly ball. The player's going to get behind the ball and work through it coming towards home plate. Then the player's going to come back, same thing, take his prep step, go back over the same shoulder right here at a 45-degree angle, and then the coach is going to throw him more of a line drive. The player's going to do the same thing, work through the ball, get behind the ball, come towards home plate. Then after you've gone twice over the right shoulder with a fly ball and a line drive, you're going to go twice over the left shoulder. And again, this is at about a 45-degree angle right here. So same thing, prep steps, same thing. Coach is going to throw him a fly ball. Player's going to get behind it, work through it, then do the line drive. So after you've done 2 on the right, 2 on the left, you're going to start going straight back. So same thing, prep step, you're going to go straight back. Coach is going to do the same thing. Throw him a fly ball, he can get behind and work through, and then he's going to throw him a line drive. So we're going to do 2 on the right shoulder straight back. Now we're going to do 2 on the left shoulder straight back. So same thing, prep steps, walk through it, come back. Coach is going to throw him a ball, fly ball first, then a line drive that he can get behind and work through. Those first 4 are going to be routine fly balls. Then we're going to work on a little bit of misread, okay? So after that, we're going to do a head turn. So we're going to start, same thing. We're going to go back over our right shoulder. We're going to go straight back, and the coach is going to throw it behind him. So what we're going to do is, as quickly as we can, we're going to flip our head and flip our hips and catch the ball in the run. Now the main thing you have to look for in this is the player cannot slow down when he flips his head and flips his hips. That's a lot of cardinal sins that players make, and what happens if the ball's going to land behind them, they're not going to reach it. So if I'm here and when I flip, I slow down, I'm not going to be able to catch the ball. But if I'm going here and I'm going the same speed, I'm going to be able to catch the ball, okay? So you're going to do that twice over your right shoulder, then you're going to do the same thing over your left shoulder. You're going to go straight back here, the coach is going to throw the ball behind you, and you're going to flip your head and run through, okay? You don't really have to worry about getting behind the ball, because the majority of the time when we misread the ball, we're not going to have the luxury of getting behind it and working through it. We just got to make sure we catch the ball. All right, coaches, now we're going to talk about some of the emphasis in this drill and some of the do's and don'ts. So one of the big things that we emphasize in this drill is getting behind the ball. So the first thing you need to do, right, when we're going back on our right shoulder, going back on our left shoulder, you need to make sure you need to give your players a throw that they can get behind, right? We're going to do other drills to work on catching the ball on the run. This drill is meant to get behind the ball. So you have to make sure that your player is getting behind the ball and also where he's working through to the ball, right? If we're throwing in the game, if we're throwing the ball to third base, we have to get behind it and angle ourselves to third base. That's going to be different if we're throwing the ball at home. So for this drill, you want to make sure they're getting behind the ball and working towards you. So think of you as the throwing target. So that's one of the main emphasis is when they're going back on a fly ball, they're able to get behind it and work through, okay? Another point of emphasis is false steps. So you can go ahead and watch my feet. A lot of players do this. They take their first step and they don't gain any ground. You have to gain ground. So an example of a false step, if I'm going over my right shoulder, would be this. So I've taken a step, but as you can see, I haven't gained any ground. That's gonna end up burning me at some point. So I can't do that. What I have to do, I have to make sure I gain ground. Now, some players will move this foot too, this left foot, which that's fine. You just have to make sure you move your right foot back and gain ground. Here, I'm gaining ground. If I do this, I'm not gaining ground. If you have a player who's really struggling with this, the best thing you can do is get a fungo bat or anything long like this. You can put it right here. If the bat doesn't move, then I have not taken a false step. If the bat does move, it means I have taken a false step. So watch. So if I go back like here, the bat hasn't moved, I didn't take a false step, I gained ground. Now I'm gonna take a false step, and as you can see, the bat moved because I came forward with my left foot. So this is one of the points of emphasis on this drill. When you slow it down, you need to practice not having false steps so it becomes second nature to your outfielders. All right, so that's another point of emphasis. Another thing too is when guys are doing this drill, they'll kind of go through it. They can sometimes get lazy. Make sure they're doing the routes you're working on. So the first time over the right shoulder, make sure they're going 45 degrees, right? When you start going straight back, make sure they're going straight back, right? A lot of guys, they'll get lazy when they're going straight back. They'll go right here. But we've already worked on that. So now you're not gonna get your reps going straight back, right? So that's another big, make sure that doesn't happen. And then as far as the last one with the head turn, that's gonna be more catching the ball on the run. So they don't necessarily have to get behind that, but for the first four, they should definitely get behind it. Coach, is a great way to make sure that your players are running the correct routes that you want them to run on the quarterback drill is to just put cones where they should be going. So you can go ahead, put a cone at 45 degrees and tell them after they flip you the ball, hey, run to that first cone. Then when they go on the left, you can do the same thing. When they go back over their right shoulder, same thing. Back over their left shoulder, same thing. So putting cones down is a good way to give your players a visual to make sure that they're doing the drill correctly. As for head turns, please check out my next video as we'll get more into depth on that and focus on those. This was Rusty Duhon from Queen's University of Charlotte. This right here was the quarterback drill, and I hope you click on my next video, the diamond drill. Thanks for watching.